that get spin-off movies are usually hit or miss with me because they are either the coolest thing you've ever seen or they are complete and utter dog shit. There's no in between. If it's not adapting the source material, you deadass have no idea what you're gonna get. But this movie in particular moved me. When I was younger, I was the biggest Naruto fan ever. I mean, you could have showed me the biggest narrative flaw in that show and I would have told you straight up that you were wrong and you misunderstood what was going on. I worshiped the ground this show walked on. And then I grew up. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. And while my opinions have slightly changed on it through the years, what still remains is I think this series is cold as fuck. It's full of ore farming, and I mean Naruto himself is still one of my favorite characters from that show. And man, when he got the Sage of Six Path powers and had the Sage Eyes with the QB eyes, I was fucking gassed. This show I've always had a sweet spot for, and this leads me into the Naruto movies overall. They haven't really been my favorite. I think the first Naruto movie was pretty solid, and outside of that, they do some cool stuff and have some cool action set pieces. But outside of that, the story really isn't that good at all. I think the one with Sasuke was cool because, like, this is them finally teaming up as teens, and the one with his dad where he goes back in time was pretty okay. But outside of that, I didn't really like much of the movies, but Blood Prison, that was a banger. I will not tolerate Blood Prison slander, even if the plot did suck. I'm sure somebody's gonna comment about the last and the Boruto movie. I'm talking about non-canon movies. These are actually good fucking movies with actual character development. They're really fucking good. These movies' main problem for me personally is that they're not canon, right? So you kind of necessarily don't ever get invested into the movie unless they make original characters, and half the time they're not really that great. And when they do develop the characters, it's for the actual canon movie Naruto last. So, you know, they kind of just get shoved to the sideline and being like, yeah, these characters don't matter. Obviously they don't, you know, they're filler characters, but still, I would like a little bit more love and care. They're kind of hindered because a lot of these movies take place during the original Shippuden run, so they really couldn't go super crazy with stuff, and plus, 99% of the time, they would never bring this shit back up again, besides like a filler episode, or they'll have a moment where you'll see a shoulder because of the infinite Tsukuyomi. But there's just one Naruto movie that really stuck with me, and it was the one I was always the most hyped for, outside of Blood Prison, because, let's be real, I know when you were younger, we were all shell-shocked, thinking Naruto would never do this, but not me. I had faith in my goat. But I haven't seen this movie since it came out, so it's probably ass now. I don't know, I just thought it was cool. But the actual cool movie I am talking about is Naruto Road to Ninja. This trailer gassed me up, man. I was hyped. You get an evil Naruto in a different universe? Like, fuck yeah, I was hype as shit for this, man. This movie, though, does kind of have that same problem. It's stuck with what's going on with the anime, so they kind of can't do nothing too unique. So they have to use Obito / Madara / Tobi as a villain, which is kind of lame. This movie had a lot of potential for me. You throw Naruto and Sakura into a completely different element, they're in a world that isn't their own, and you have Kushina and Minato alive, and Sakura's parents are dead? Sasuke is being an actual playboy, Hinata is a completely different version of herself, and all the characters are flipped on their head. So you see what I'm saying? This had insane potential. So how did this movie hold up for me watching it now? Well, pretty good, honestly. There are some parts that are really stupid, like the test Infinite Tsukuyomi being called, I kid you not, the Limited Tsukuyomi. Like, you could have came up with a better name than this shit. Imagine me being like, hey, I have 1 cup. Now I cut it in half. I have half a cup now. Like, bro, I get, you know, it's supposed to be infinite, cut in half, it limited, but like, it's still ass. It doesn't make it any better, even if you put logic behind it, it's still garbage. Like, this is my actual reaction when I heard that it was called the fucking Limited Tsukuyomi. It's called a Limited Tsukuyomi, bro. What kind of shit is that? This movie also makes you question everything in original Naruto. Like, why was everybody a fucking dickhead to him? Including the 3rd Hokage, who swore to protect him and treat him nicely, but he ended up getting treated like shit and getting bullied. Good job, Unk. You let him have a horrible life. Sakura's father was the 4th Hokage in this universe. Well, alternate reality. I'ma just call it a universe. Just no, it's a dream reality state, and he was the one that saved the village from the Nine Tails attack, and for some reason sealed it inside of this versus Naruto, aka Minma. And I'm just assuming this because they never go out of their way to say it. Plus, why would he be a hero if he didn't, like, save the village in some way, and the pain attack never happened, so he didn't save him from that. So I'm just assuming that he fought the Nine-Tailed Fox and sealed it inside of Minma. That's my only assumption, and I'm not entirely sure. But considering how Kushina and Minato were in this movie, there is no shot they would let this happen. So I'm not entirely sure how the other, like, Nine-Tails got inside Minma. Like, no way it's just this, like, thing with, like, all of them coming together to make the Nine-Tails, right? Like, he's still sealed inside of... I'm not entirely sure. They never really explain it. So Kinda gotta assume. You kinda gotta assume. But it ends up giving us a cool-ass battle between Naruto and Menma, where they both use the Nine Tails to attack each other, and have this cool-ass fight on the water. It just looks really fucking cool, and I think it was just a pretty fun idea to have an alternate Nine Tails, and they both go at each other, and Kurama being like pissed off, like, yo, this is a fake phony, let's team up and whoop his ass. I thought it was pretty cool. Also, for Sakura being the daughter of the 4th Hokage in this universe, she gets free shit all of the time because her dad died protecting the village, and I was like, damn. And you know, I know it's different for Naruto because he was also the Jinchuriki when he was younger, and they didn't want him to get, like, kidnapped or whatever, but he was actively beat up, bullied, and slandered, and they let it happen. And I see Sakura, and you know, it's not Sakura's fault, but like, damn, bro. What the hell? What happened with Naruto? Why did he get the short end of the stick? The big theme here is family, and Naruto finally understanding what it's like to have parents and to have someone around you that really cares about you. But in the end of the movie, he realizes, yo, I low-key had that shit all the time when Iruka is waiting for him at home. And you know, Sakura figures out, like, damn, maybe it's not that bad to have parents that really get on your ass all the time. Like, it's better to have them than not have them at all. Like, and this conversation really bugs me because Sakura is like, fuck, I wish I didn't have parents at all. And Naruto's like, yo, bro, chill. And then Sakura is like, if Sasuke was here, he'd get me. What? Sasuke's parents are fucking dead. He would want his parents back too. Do you think Sasuke wanted Itachi to kill his whole clan? No. So how would he fundamentally understand that either? Like, you know what I'm saying? He wants his parents back. What the fuck kind of dialogue was that? What was that choice? You could be saying she's talking about the respect part of it, but the time Naruto stands up and then she's like, whoa, you're taking their side now, is after she says, I want them to disappear. So, I also think Sasuke would be like, bro, you're kind of taking it too far. I wish I had my parents back, but, you know, whatever. You cook, queen. You cook. This movie is everything I really could have asked for out of a Naruto movie. Wacky shit going on, it being in a completely alternate reality where everything is just swapped on its head. And it's moments like these that make me remember why I like Naruto so much, because he has everything he has ever wanted in this universe. Mainly a family, and he is willing to give it all up because when a real hero is needed, guess who is the one to show up and step the fuck up? It's always Naruto. And I also like how he remembers his actual family, and it makes him like be like, yo, this is the shit I do, and it's so fucking cool, man. And holy shit, does this scene just not scream aura from Naruto putting on the 4th Hokage's cloak? It is fire. It could have been cool if we saw the other Sakura of this universe, but we never get to see her. Like, imagine her coming in at the end of the movie when Naruto is getting fucked over by Madara, Menma buffed, and like he's on the ground and like the chakra's coming out of him. Imagine if that was this universe's Sakura that popped in and was like, let's fucking roll, bro. And then she's just punching shit and like has crazy ass Chidoris or something. I don't know. Anything. I think that shit would have been awesome and helped her live up to her father's legacy and her being the child of heroes, but we never get to see that, and I think that's a massive letdown. Like, why do we get to see the other Naruto, but we never get the other Sakura? What the fuck? They also could have made it super generic and had both of them just be evil, so you can give Sakura something to do besides being a damsel in distress in the ending of the movie. Like, damn, she actively does nothing at the end of this movie, and it's like, bro, y'all couldn't have wrote anything for her to do? Even just a generic, like, just bad guy for her to fight. She fights no one, and it's kind of like, damn, bro, why? It's been a long-ass time since I watched Naruto, so hearing some of the songs again was like a blast from the past. It was so good hearing some of these songs, like at the very start of the movie. You just hear it and just get teleported back into the Naruto universe, and it's just amazing. These voice actors also get to do fun things with their characters they never, ever got to do with the original series. Like Hinata's voice actor, I know she had so much fun going from this shy girlie who sits in the corner to a girl who gets shit done. Or Naruto's voice actor playing a twisted Naruto, having this darkness in his voice. I think it's pretty cool, and the fact that all of them get to explore this option about their character, I think is really fucking fun. And honestly, I'ma say it, I think this would have been better as a whole filler arc, because then you can add just more depth, more pieces, you could have more like fun character dynamics. They do add some filler in the anime, but they're kind of lame. One's just the prologue for the events leading into Road to Ninja, and the other is the actual verses, the other versus Sakura coming to the main verse. But I don't want to talk about her because she got no aura. She got no aura, bro. She does not live up to what I was hoping they would do with her. But it was cool seeing her have this reaction to her parents, because, you know, in her universe, her parents are dead. So this is like completely mind-boggling to her. And, you know, the other episode is just a fun tie-in leading up to Road to Ninja, but I mean, it's also at best. But fine, I will give it to you. what you have all asked for, a deeper dive of this entire movie. At the very start of the movie, Naruto gets ramen, and he doesn't get his Naruto fish things that he usually does because they're sold out. So what is the Irichiraku ramen? Dude, holy shit, it's such a mouthful. It's been so long since I said it. The Irichiraku ramen, right? Holy shit, holy fuck, bro, I'm cooked. So the Irichiraku ramen guy decides to put Minma in there instead of Naruto, and what does Naruto say? I hate Minma, I fucking hate Minma. Showing that Naruto deep down was jealous of all the things Minma had compared to him. Minma's got a family, he don't have bad guys trying to rip the nine tails out of him, and most importantly, Sasuke never left. Or, you know, this was all just a funny haha moment from the directors being like, you know what? Minma is something another thing in a ramen dish, so let's do the silly goofy name. Or, this maybe could have just been foreshadowing for the whole movie, about Naruto's jealousy, but you know, we'll never know. We will never know. So what would I get this Naruto movie rating-wise? I would give it a believe it out of believe it. This movie is pretty cool, and I think it's worth checking out because it does do enough different shit where it's like, okay, you know, you're kind of missing out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, you're kind of missing out a little bit if you're not watching it. I mean, you get an evil Naruto, fight a good Naruto, so it's like... Cinema. I don't know. I just always like it when, you know, you got the bad version of the good character and the good character's bad version. They fight each other. And then you got, like, this, like, negative Rasengan versus the actual Rasen Shuriken. And it's like, boom! I don't know. It's really cool. And I like when the Nine Tails, like, bite each other and fight each other. And they shoot tail beast bombs at it. Enough glaze in the movie. I thought it was hard. So hopefully everybody did enjoy this video. Please, you know, comment down below. What is your favorite Naruto movie? Mine would have to be Road to Ninja. It's always Road to Ninja, but I can understand if you have different ones, so let me know. What is your favorite Naruto spin-off film? I will not accept The Last or Boruto, because those are canon, and we can all agree those are pretty good movies, but the spin-offs, though, let me know your favorite spin-off Naruto movie, I guess, the non-canon ones. Hopefully everybody did enjoy this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.